I've been using AirPods Pro for the last several days, and one thing is immediately clear. These are really good headphones and easily the best headphones that Apple sells. And for iOS users and those in the Apple ecosystem, maybe the best headphones that you can buy, period. That's because AirPods Pro presents the perfect mix of convenience, comfort, and features, making them well worth considering even if you already own regular AirPods. Don't believe it? Watch our hands-on AirPods Pro review for the details. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Mac. Be sure to thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and then enable notifications with the bell icon so you won't miss any upcoming videos. The AirPods Pro unboxing experience is similar to AirPods we've unboxed in the past. The big difference this time around is the inclusion of multiple ear tips along with a Lightning to USB-C cable instead of a Lightning to USB-A cable. Apple pre-installs the medium ear tips on the AirPods during assembly at the factory, but includes a set of small and large ear tips that are able to accommodate a variety of ear canal sizes. Along with the cable and ear tips, Apple includes some verbose documentation along with the typical warranty and regulatory info. If you've ever used AirPods, then you'll know more or less what to expect from AirPods Pro. The premise is exactly the same as the baseline AirPods in that you have two truly wireless earbuds along with a wireless charging case to store your AirPods Pro and to facilitate charging. The AirPods Pro wireless charging case features a similar hinge design found on the entry-level AirPods, which also include the same satisfying snap sound when closing the case. The front of the wireless charging case, like the second generation AirPods released last spring, features an LED status indicator for gauging charging state and pairing activity. And for those that prefer to stick with wired charging, you'll find a Lightning port on the bottom of the case. The AirPods Pro earbuds are similar to the baseline AirPods, but like the charging case, slightly different in design and stature. The new AirPods Pro buds are more compact and dense, packed with loads of new technology, and most notably feature replaceable ear tips on the ends to ensure a more secure fit in the ear canal. While slightly altered, the AirPods Pro remain true to the design of the original AirPods. If you love the look of the AirPods, that's a good thing, but if you can't stand the way the original AirPods look, the Pro version will do little to change your opinion about the design. One of my long-running gripes about the AirPods is the lack of any color options other than white. Obviously, Apple considers the white color to be iconic when taking into account the history of the iPod and its trend-setting headphones that were all white, but I think we're far enough beyond that era that Apple should consider switching things up. Not only would this add some much-needed variety to the AirPods, but that white color tends to attract all sorts of dust and dirt like nobody's business. The AirPods Pro wireless charging case is slightly bigger in area than the regular AirPods charging case. It's also a little bit heavier than its forebears, but not enough to negatively affect the device's portability in any meaningful way. You'll find that the AirPods Pro will easily fit inside a trouser pocket, a purse, etc. And unlike the Powerbeats Pro we reviewed earlier this year, the AirPods Pro make for the perfect traveling companion. Like the regular version, the AirPods Pro comes bundled with a charging case that you use to recharge each wireless earbud. The wireless charging case provides more than 24 hours of listening time, more than 18 hours of talk time, and can provide 1 hour of listening time or 1 hour of talk time with just a 5-minute charge. The individual earbuds are capable of up to 4.5 hours of listening time, or up to 5 hours with active noise cancellation or transparency disabled. So as you can see, battery life results are actually pretty good with the new AirPods Pro, certainly within the ballpark range of the regular AirPods. One of the biggest downsides of the standard AirPods for active people was the lack of water and sweat resistance. The new AirPods Pro solves this issue by incorporating IPX4 sweat and water resistance, which means that they're protected from splashing water no matter the direction. One of the ways that Apple has addressed water resistance is by eliminating or reducing potential points of water ingress. For example, the microphone holes that were prominently located on the bottom of the stem on standard AirPods has been relocated to the side of the stem, while the hole that was used to occupy the bottom of the stem has been completely sealed up. The biggest physical change with the AirPods Pro versus the regular AirPods relate to comfort and fit. First and foremost, the ear tips on the AirPods Pro ensure a much better fit than standard AirPods. When performing activities like jogging or even walking through an airport, the AirPods often fell out of my ears. That doesn't happen with the AirPods Pro. Apple includes 3 sets of different size ear tips inside the box, and removing and replacing the ear tips is a very simple process that involves just pulling off the tips and snapping the new tip into place. Users will hear a satisfying click sound when replacing the tips, confirming that proper fitment. Overall, I found that switching out the tips on the AirPods Pro was easier than changing out the tips on the Powerbeats Pro. But I have to say that I was quite concerned because acoustic isolation tips tend to make my head feel like it's in a pressurized chamber, and I felt a similar sensation when using the Powerbeats Pro. For the AirPods Pro, Apple addresses this issue by employing an improved custom vent system to equalize pressure. And although the design doesn't completely eliminate that pressurized sensation, the uncomfortable feeling isn't as noticeable when compared to something like the Powerbeats. Now, speaking of fitment, with all that said, the AirPods Pro do lack one key feature of the Powerbeats Pro, and that's that ear hook design. And that means that some extremely active users may still have trouble keeping these things in their ears, even with the form-fitting acoustic ear tips in tow. Now, the AirPods feature significantly improved controls over the standard versions. A new solid-state force sensor located on the stem allows users to do all the following. They can single press to play pause, a single press on an incoming call to answer a phone call, double press to skip forward, a triple press to skip backwards, press and hold to toggle between active noise cancellation and transparency mode, and then of course you have hey you know who to do everything else. While the Powerbeats Pro feature a plethora of onboard controls as well, along with the ability to control volume via dedicated volume rockers, the unit's physical multifunction buttons, which control things like Siri and playback controls, way too sensitive in my opinion. The regular AirPods, on the other hand, come with even more limited manual controls. Other than hey you know who voice control, they only allow for a simple double tap gesture to play, skip forward, or answer a phone call, depending on how you configure it in the settings. Needless to say, the solid-state ambidextrous force sensor is a major enhancement to the AirPods from a control perspective. I just wish there was a way to manually control volume like you can on the Powerbeats Pro. The active noise cancellation on the AirPods Pro is very impressive. On more than one occasion, I was actually shocked when I took my earbuds out of my ears and I could suddenly hear all this commotion going on around me, you know, the washing machine, the dryer, the dishwasher, etc. Users can toggle active noise cancellation by holding the force sensor located on the stem of the AirPods Pro. You can also adjust ANC by long pressing the volume slider in Control Center or via the AirPods Pro section of Settings Bluetooth. Apple did a great job with ANC, as it should have, given that it's the flagship feature of the AirPods Pro. Along with the much better fit, it's the primary reason why a current AirPods owner should consider upgrading. Like most ANC-enabled headphones, the AirPods Pro features an external-facing microphone that detects noise on the outside. This allows the headphones to produce anti-noise to cancel out the external sound faster than the user can hear it. There's also an inward-facing microphone tasked with listening inside your ear for unwanted sound, and that too is eliminated via anti-noise. Apple says that AirPods Pro are the only headphones that feature active noise cancellation that can actually adapt to the geometry of your ears and the fit of your ear tips to help block out noise. And all this is continuously adjusted at 200 times per second to help produce the cleanest sound while listening to your favorite music. The great thing about the AirPods Pro is that the user just doesn't even have to worry about everything that's going on to make all this work because, and I know this sounds overly cliche, but it just works. If there's an inverse setting to active noise cancellation, it would be transparency mode. Now, this is a handy feature that pipes sound in from the outside world to allow you to hear what's going on around you. Like active noise cancellation, transparency mode can be toggled by holding the force sensor or via long press on the iOS 13 Control Center volume slider. And transparency is perfect for when you need to hear things like announcements while in an airport or when someone starts a conversation with you. It allows outside noise to sound more natural to your ears, which in turn allows you to respond more naturally if necessary. I used transparency mode several times and I was impressed at how it allowed me to ingest the sound from my environment without needing to physically remove the earbuds from my ears. Even when not taking into account their noise cancellation properties, the AirPods Pro sound better than the regular AirPods for several key reasons. The biggest reason for increased sound quality has to do with the acoustic isolating ear tips. The ear tips, which help seal out noise from outside sources, allows for significantly more pronounced low-end frequency when compared to the baseline buds. There's also the presence of the inward-facing microphone, which allows for a feature called adaptive EQ. The microphone hears sound as you do, which largely involves the shape of your ears, and this allows the AirPods Pro to fine-tune the audio's mid and low-end frequencies and deliver a listening experience that's more rich and consistent. If adaptive audio sounds familiar, it's because Apple employed the use of similar tech in its HomePod smart speaker. Equipped with spatial awareness, the HomePod is able to automatically tune itself for optimal sound output wherever it's placed in a room. AirPods Pro works similarly, except the room is your own unique ear canal. In addition to adaptive EQ, the buds feature a high excursion, low distortion Apple driver, which was custom built specifically for the AirPods Pro. This driver is responsible for the bass produced by the earbuds, which is surprisingly powerful for such a small device. Along with the high excursion driver, there's a complementing custom high dynamic range amplifier. Not only does this amplifier help produce clearer sound, but Apple also touts its efficiency, specifically calling out its ability to eke out additional battery life. Now, I like to think that I have a wide range of taste in music, from everything from hip-hop, J-pop, country, classic rock, and bluegrass. I've tried songs from all of those genres and came away largely impressed with the sound quality of the AirPods Pro. As do many others, I recommend the Eagles' Hotel California as a key song to help put Apple's new headphones to the test. Now, if you're coming from regular AirPods, you're going to notice, of course, there is more bass with the AirPods Pro, partly because of the ear tips and partly because of the custom Apple driver. Yet, I didn't find the sound to be so overly bass heavy like products from Apple's Beats lineup tend to skew towards. Although the regular AirPods or the Powerbeats Pro didn't exactly set the bar for how headphones should sound, the AirPods Pro sound unequivocally better than either of those products, and it's not even close in my opinion. I get a similar feeling about the AirPods Pro as I did when I first heard the HomePod. In other words, I know that better sounding speakers exist, and I know better sounding headphones exist, but for the price, these sound extremely good, and I think most people are going to be happy with their audio quality, not to mention all the cool features that they have. The AirPods Pro are like the original AirPods in many ways, just a better overall realization. Although no piece of tech is truly perfect for every individual, I think the AirPods Pro are as close to a perfect version of the original AirPods as you're going to get. Not only do the AirPods Pro sound great, they're super portable, come with great battery life, and feature incredible active noise cancellation. All of this, coupled with transparency mode and adjustable ear tips, make the AirPods Pro one of the best earbuds that money can buy right now. All of this, and I haven't even really touched on the always on, always ready, hey, you know who functionality, which was the flagship feature of the second gen AirPods. From mundane operations like telling the time or current temperature to more advanced functionality like preheating your car or locking your doors, having always on you know who right in your ears is like having an assistant discreetly at your beck and call at all times. If you're on the fence about the AirPods Pro, get off the fence, just buy them. It's a product that's super easy to recommend if you're an iPhone user. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This is Jeff with 9 to 5 Mac.